Hello and welcome to another turn, or probably turns, of Dominion 6. Looking to continue the Paren game in Slowest Blitz. We are on turn 86. Just killed Ulm. If I remember correctly. It's been a hot minute. We're going to hop back in. So we are continuing to do, we're doing our Tartarian gate. Is this our first Tartarian? No, we've got a couple Tartarians, but we don't have anybody here to give them mines just yet. We're starting with starting that this turn. We do have our guys healing, so we're going to cast Gift of Reason, I assume, on one of these that is all healed up. So probably not this guy, although he is the most valuable. He could have any kinds of paths. These obviously have fixed paths, which are not quite as good, but still good. So we'll keep doing up our Tartarians. Keep doing our Infernal Crusade, random unholy events. A Wraith Lord gets attacked by an Ashen Angel, and it looks like he steals it somehow with, so he does Invulnerability, which doesn't work. We are in a new patch, so we could definitely have some. Okay, yeah, he lost there badly, but in the real one, yeah, he took it. Not that we get to keep it, unfortunately. It's funny. All right, so yeah, they are dead. We are now in a position where we own, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thrones. We have one we still haven't claimed, which is the Throne of Misfortune. You need 7 to win, and we're unfortunately just not that close to getting 7. Here's number 6, with, you know, mainly Knights of Avalon. Also, there's a lot of Knights of Avalon right on our border. Doesn't feel great. Not really sure why they're there. But throne number 7 is like here or here and maybe here. So basically, none of that, like, not a lot of great access for us to get to number 7. So we gotta try and consider what we want to do and how we're gonna make that happen, because it's not gonna be trivial to throne rush here. We have to kill someone else, and everybody around us now is obviously pretty strong, so it's hard to know who we're gonna kill. We're still having some Dominion problems. We are spiking up, so that's great. Right, we picked up thrones. We're doing more blood sack. I've got preachers, but you know, Zan over here, right, has telestatic animates who are doing blood sacrifice. You know, we've got guys on the border. It's like the whole border is militarized by priests, which is just kind of amusing. Got them moving out, so we need to move our armies to garrison here and here primarily. As well as we need to build a garrison, particularly here, and make sure that this one is properly garrisoned as well. And we can see we are moving around our troops. We're potentially vulnerable this turn, so something to be a little worried about. Doing Tartarian Gate, doing a Wizard's Tower, and some Raven Feast. We're not casting enough spells. We should be doing more spells. Doing a Staff of Storms, which can be very helpful to keep people from messing with us. So not too much going on this turn. We'll go ahead and go to 87. This is probably going to be, we're probably going to be looking at these turns a little more briefly than we might normally. It's been a very long time since I did this, and so I don't remember them all super well in terms of what I was thinking. So we did the spells we talked about, some more random events. We're kind of just still getting everybody in position, patrolling out enemy Dominion. All right, got a lot of locusts. Gonna go prevent anybody from getting in over there. And we're gonna do, let's see what we got. We went for the Earth 4. So obviously this guy's pretty great. He will do a good job of being a giant Earth caster for us. We do want to be careful and make sure that if we are bringing him, we are bringing other undead as well. And so we don't get him hit by ravenous hunger. He is insane 25, so that's always swell as well. But more Tartarian Gate, more Gift of Reason. This guy is still feeble-minded, unfortunately. It looks like we healed off this. We have more, you know, we're getting more and more Necromancers. So we are working on that. But it is a bit of a challenge. We really need to patrol down Ulm, and I think I just didn't prioritize that enough in retrospect here. I'm moving everybody onto the throne, which I get, but we should have spared, like, maybe not, like, blood hunting here. Maybe some of this could have been patrolling Ulm down, because we're losing a ton of money that we desperately need. So this is a mistake. We also really need to find a way to spend some of our gems. We have some of them, like pearls, right, we're kind of suffering on. But like water, we have a bajillion gems. And, you know, what should we be doing with them? We could research Ancient Presence. These are pretty hilarious. It would also, you kind of want to command them sometimes, so it puts some more pressure on our nature gems too to turn them into commanders. But that wouldn't be like unreasonable. Otherwise we can make more big water mages. Is also fine. Don't think there's just not that much else. You know, right? We're gonna use it for some spells. Maelstrom we can't really support very well. So yeah, we could be making more gear as well. We should be making water into a lot of items. We just don't have a lot of water casters either. But I think maybe we should be making some Sea King's quartz, and then forging a bunch of gear would be a better use of our water gems than, you know, sitting in our bank. We could also turn them into pearls, to be perfectly honest. Nature, I'm sure we will spend at need. Glamour, we need to get some more gnomes to be able to really properly utilize that. We'll probably just put it into more fairy queens. So I'm not too worried about using up glamour either. Kind of the same stuff as last turn for researching, and we're going to go for a Ring of Wizardry just to finish off that sort of line, so we have access to pretty much any spell we could sort of reasonably want to cast. So yeah, just getting our stuff together, trying to make sure we don't get whacked. We do not have a nap with man. And I think they killed off. No, Asphodel is still alive. Who else is still alive? Asphodel. Agartha is still alive. Okay. And then obviously Nabah, Man, and Zan are all still here as well. It says we have a nap. I don't remember how real these naps are. But we said we have one. So, yeah, just getting our stuff together. Go on to 88. This is definitely not particularly well done. If you look at other people's late game turns, you're going to see that there's a lot more activity going on. And there should be a lot more activity here. There is a lot more. Did I jump too many ahead? Hold on. I did jump too many ahead. We wanted 88, I think. There's just not enough preparation going on. We had forgotten, at least I had forgotten, that there is Cataclysm coming. And so that's coming very soon. And that's a problem for us. We also, this turn, with our patrolling, patrolled out several monks and 20 Kushi. So there goes Asphodel, and there goes Agartha. Same turn. So kind of seeing, I mean, this man army is here. There's some forces here, but not a lot. Kind of seems like man may have some evil intentions. This is where their troops were, right? Like, there is no reason for them to be here. Unless he's trying to attack me, right? Like, what are they doing? And there was a lot of chatter in the game chat at this point of how did people want to sort of proceed with this game. Like, Cataclysm is coming. Do we want to, like, are we going to try and play the game where, and there's 4 players left, right? Where it's 2 1v1s? Are people going to be 2v1ing and somebody else then gets to stab? So there's a lot of chatter on who who gets to fight who and in sort of what context. That's all going on here as well. We get a Glamour 5 mage. This is obviously huge. He's going to be able to do crazy stuff. I'm casting Enchanted Forest for a huge cast as well. So that's going to be fun. That's going to help our Dom a lot. Right, we're going to start putting up checks in all of these forests. And so we'll see, we'll see how much impact that has when that does happen. This guy pillaging our province isn't great, but he can potentially, look to cast a really big Glamour spell, so we could start to research. We're researching Tempest here. He's okay. But we also could have considered researching, I have water on still. Dreams the Awakening God, Legion's Demise, Dreamwild Legion would all be really valuable choices that we could consider with this, now that we have this mage. So, I think maybe I think going for Infernal Tempest now is a little questionable. We're making some more Spectres. Flame Spirit. Yeah, Enchanted Forest will be big. Troll King's Court. Okay, we are doing that good. Queen of Elemental Air. Fairy Court. Fairy Court. So I do start... This is the turn I start spending a lot of gems, right? So that's... I mean, that's something. We do. I know I mentioned it last turn, but I couldn't remember what turn I started doing this. But yeah, we're spending just about everything this turn. So that's... At least we've spent our stuff. But... Otherwise, right, we kind of are just chilling in our forts. This, right, was our, backup army. This is too many troops, probably, for not enough mages. This force might not hold successfully if something big happens. Look at just how much better equipped this one is. So, something to kind of consider. Oh, we're doing Vengeful Water as well. Vengeful Water, spoiler alert, is going to be really disappointing. But in theory, it should have been really good with Enchanted Forest. So let's go, we can go take a look at that. It should have been fun, but my experience with Vengeful Water in Dominion 6 now is just that it does not really do anything. Which is too bad. But it is what it is. There is an earthquake. I think this is... Is this Armageddon? This might have been Armageddon. I can't remember. Yeah, I think that was Armageddon. We do some stuffs. We start getting attacks from our spell. You can see here a watermelon kills a scout, and a watermelon kills another scout, which, okay. Killing scouts is something. It's not a big thing, but it's something. Let's see. So from a Dominion perspective, we did get a big spike. We had been trending up anyway, but we can see it really does work. That's mostly going to be more candles, I think, in our Heartland. Right? We took over a little bit of Dominion here, but we haven't really... Oh, God. 240 long distance maze on our border. Got Knights of Avalon on our border. We've got some scary stuff on our border. So, we're pillaging again. We're pillaging again. We got this Tartarian Titan who has an okay path spread, nothing too crazy. I turned off Tartarian production. I think it's got to be because we're starting to go into yeah. Here's the moon is red and the sky is starting to get sick red tone. So I wanted to not risk what I was sort of doing for more of these tarts. What I should have done instead is just try to do more to equip this guy so he could survive something, or give him a ring of returning, although it's not perfect. So I could continue to make tarts. Instead, I kind of just clam up and for the most part, stop casting very many non-blood spells. We just keep going with the blood spells. So that's not right. You shouldn't do that. You should equip your guys such that they can continue to cast your big spells that you need. Because you probably can't win a Cataclysm game without casting anything. Although, now, we can still cast blood spells, and that's huge for us, right? We are the biggest blood power on the map. And so, in theory, an all-blood endgame should benefit us. But we also, we diplomatically did some whacking of people. But that's okay. So, we're kind of just hunkering down for this late game. And our hope is that we have the most thrones. We're going to hope that people do not defend their thrones properly, and that we win because of that. And I will say that this was, again, we played this game very early in Dominion 6. Cataclysm is a lot stronger in Dominion 6 than it was in Dominion 5. And it's like the Naba, Cookies and I, right? Naba actually joined a late game in Cataclysm just to try and get a feel for what it looked like. We like subbed in. And it's pretty intense. So I think that there's an excellent chance that people kind of lose track of their their thrones, and they end up getting eaten. And we've got pretty good ways to defend thrones with our knights. So we will see how that goes. All right, I think I'll go ahead and call it here. Hope to see you all in the next one. We are in Cataclysm, so we're getting close to the end. Thanks, and have a great day.